From a struggling student to an ICAN prize winner. I grew up as an academically challenged child. When I was in primary school, I never got any prize or award for a good academic performance. Likewise, when I was in secondary school. When I was in JSS1, I ended up going to a public secondary school. Not because my parents couldn't afford me being in a private secondary school, but because I couldn't pass the common entrance even when I tried it in JSS1. Imagine writing common entrance in JSS1 for a private school and you still couldn't pass. When I was in JSS2, to help my poor academic performance, my mom enrolled me into an evening school. And in the evening school, after the first day of attending the evening school, the proprietor asked to see my mom. And he told my mom that it was better for them to place me in JSS1 in the lesson because of my poor performance that day. And my mom said no, that she's in this evening school because we want to help her. She's in JSS2. And the proprietor turned to me and asked, 7 times 8, I didn't know the answer. 8 times 9, I didn't know the answer. By the time the proprietor had asked these 2 questions, my mom was convinced that I should be placed in JSS1 in the evening school. Imagine the humiliation. In school, I was in JSS2, and in the evening school, I was in JSS1, sitting with my juniors. They always made fun of me because I could not do any senior Olayinka in school because they knew that in the evening school, we were mates. This poor academic performance continued even until my JSS3. When I wrote my junior WAEC, I got C parallel. I did not even make a mistake of having a single A. So when it was time for me to choose my subjects, my mom advised me to go for the arts when I told her I wanted to do sciences. And she said, sciences is difficult. I'm not sure you'll be able to cope. She was absolutely right. Because of my poor academic performance, science is demanding, and I had not demonstrated that I'll be able to cope in sciences. But I told her I wanted to be in sciences. Why? Because I wanted to be a pharmacist. So she allowed me to go into the sciences. Of course, I struggled in the sciences, but at least I graduated from secondary school. After I finished secondary school, I couldn't pass JAMB, and my mates were already in 300 level, and I was just sleeping and waking up at home doing nothing. It was when I got tired of sitting at home that I started writing ICAN ATS exams. I wrote the first level and I passed. I wrote the second level, and guess what? ICAN wrote me that I had won a prize. A prize? I just couldn't believe it. I believed ICAN had made a mistake, and I called ICAN office. Please don't let me come and disgrace myself. Are you sure that I actually won a prize? And they confirmed it. Everybody was surprised that I won a prize. That was my first prize ever. And guess what? It was not a subject prize. I came third in the whole exam nationwide. That was a great feat. I went on to write the 6 levels of ICAN, and I never failed a level. So by the time I was in 200 level in the university, I was already a chartered accountant. Imagine the record that I broke from being a struggling student to being an ICAN prize winner to being somebody that became a chartered accountant at 200 level. This experience taught me 2 things. The first thing is this: do not let circumstances or situations place limitations on you. My mom was right to say I shouldn't be in science class, but if I had accepted that limitation and not challenged it, I would have accepted that truly I was a struggling student. But because I decided to push myself, I actually found out that I could do anything that I want to do. And in fact, sciences gave me the strong foundation to be able to pivot into economics and now accounting that I do today. The second lesson that I learned from this is that the fact that it is delayed does not mean it will be denied. When something comes late, it actually comes big. After qualifying as a chartered accountant, I have taken up 2 additional professional qualifications. I'm a chartered stockbroker, and I also wrote the CFA exams. The CFA exams is one of the most difficult exams in the world, and I did it and passed. So the fact that you have struggled with something does not mean that you can still not make it up. What helped me was being able to focus. I realized that if I focus and I'm determined to get something, I can actually get it. The overall lesson for me from this journey is that perseverance and determination exceed intelligence. If you keep doing something and you do not give up, you will definitely make it. Nothing changed with my intellect. I just became more dutiful, I became more focused, and I was just determined to excel. And that is exactly how I was able to excel. I hope this video was useful for you. Please share it with your friends. Till next time, stay clean. Bye-bye.